What up, everyone? My name's Yusuf. You know me as the movie lover. Today, I'm back. Um, yeah, I'm back, and we're gonna be reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog today. It's the newest movie from Paramount and Sega. It's based on the video game and everything. You probably remember it was supposed to come out last December, but when the first trailer came out, it got such a bad reaction, especially because of the design of Sonic, that the filmmakers and Paramount decided to hold the film back until February 14th of this year and redesign the character. So I got to see it last Saturday, and I gotta say, I actually really enjoyed the movie. My expectations were pretty low because I felt that the trailers seemed like, every other kind of kids flick out there. Um, but I really enjoyed the movie. And I gotta say, I think what added to my enjoyment is I was at a screening filled with not just kids, but also like hardcore Sonic fans, like hardcore 20 to 30-year-old Sonic fans, and they were having such a good time that it added to my enjoyment of the movie. So I think if you're a Sonic fan, you're really going to enjoy this in particular. So talking about Sonic, I think that I'm not a huge Sonic fan. I'm not like a super fan, but I did grow up with Sonic. I played the games. I watched the TV shows. I was very familiar with who Sonic was, and I gotta say, with this movie, I think they captured his fun and witty persona and his energy really, really well, while also giving him a lot of heart and a lot of vulnerability, which I think was great. You really root for Sonic, and I think a lot of credit goes to Ben Schwartz for his performance. He really is Sonic. He embraced the character. He's such a big fan. I'm a huge fan of Ben Schwartz, but he's such a big fan of Sonic, and he really gave his all to this character in terms of the voice, the vulnerability, the humor, the wit. Everything is there, so I really commend him for it. But also the redesign. I think it really adds a lot to the enjoyment of the film. After I saw the film, I was messaging some friends, and they said, would the film have still worked with the original design? And I said yes, but not as much, because you really feel for Sonic. He's a cute character. You really want him to win. And I think with the old design, it was kind of like, you're creepy. You can go back. But here, they really did fix the character, and I give the filmmakers props. And this is from a first-time director. This is his first feature film, and good job, because this does not feel like a first film, and with all of the VFX and all of the action and all of the stuff with the movie, it doesn't feel like it's from a first-time director. So a lot of props goes to, I think, Jim Fowler's his name. He did a great job. That being said, I did think that the VFX in the film were pretty weak. Um, like it's no Lion King, it's no Avengers Endgame, it's no Detective Pikachu. Like all those films had good, believable VFX, and with this movie, particularly with some of the action sequences and some of the scenes with Sonic, you're like that's not fully rendered, like that's not done, and it doesn't take you out of the movie so much. Like I think kids will still have a great time. I think Sonic fans will still have a great time. But just looking at it, I think the VFX could have used a couple more months. They were just a little bit weak. And speaking of the action sequences, they are very reminiscent of a lot of the kind of fast running action sequences that we've seen. There's been a lot of characters like that recently in entertainment, and especially like Quicksilver. This reminded me very much of the scene in Days of Future Past when Quicksilver's like running through and tasting everything. It's very, very similar, but again, it doesn't take you out of the movie as much, because you really love Sonic. You're invested in that character. Ben Schwartz pulls you in. Jim Carrey pulls you in. So it's really, really good on that front. James Marsden in the film is just kind of okay. We've seen him do this before, like in Hop. This is very similar to Hop. But we've seen him do this kind of stuff before. I'm not really a huge James Marsden fan. He didn't add anything to the movie. He didn't surprise. He didn't wow me. But there was a running gag with him and Sonic that I think was pretty funny. But yeah, I feel like every other performance in the movie was much better than James Marsden. Tika Sumpter was great. The guy who played Dr. Robotnik's kind of henchman was better. A lot of better performances in the film. Not to say that James Marsden wasn't good, but he was just kind of okay. He was there, right? Um, Speaking of Hop, the film again is very formulaic in the sense that it's a CG character and it's a road trip buddy movie and everybody's out to get him because they don't know what he is and blah 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 blah. It's very very similar to those kinds of movies that James Marsden has been in a lot actually, but they add enough references and Easter eggs for Sonic fans to catch that it feels fresher than some of the other films. Like some of the other films are just formulaic and that's it, and they don't add anything to it. This is very formulaic in terms of this actual story of the film, but they add little flourishes here and there that make it feel fresh that I really, really appreciated. Last thing, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is amazing. I love Jim Carrey. I'm such a huge Jim Carrey fan, and he is back in full force in this movie. He is his crazy, witty, over the top performances that he's always given, and this is just as good as some of the other ones that he's like. It's so Jim Carrey and it's so good, and I think it's perfect because it gets the kids in with the kind of craziness of it, and it has the adults because it's Jim Carrey. Like everybody is gonna love Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik. He is great, and not to spoil too much, but they heavily, heavily set up a sequel in this film. Like there's an end credit, not an end credit scene, but a mid credit scene in this film that people went crazy for. Like the guy beside me had like he was so excited. Everybody was freaking out. Like it was, people were going crazy. But with that end credit scene and what happens, again, not to spoil too much, with Dr. Robotnik and all that, I really hope that this film gets a sequel because I think people are gonna go crazy for it. And I just want to see Jim Carrey do more of what he did in this movie. Is really really good. So overall, Sonic was a fun movie. It's a fun family film. If you want to watch something, Sonic is a good film to watch. I think Birds of Prey is a little too, well, it's R-rated, so kids can't go see it, but this is a fun family film. It's fun for teenagers, it's fun for Sonic fans, it's fun for a lot of people. So I think it's such a slow movie season right now. It's so dead. Like every shift I go to is so dead, and it's really really boring. I really hope that Sonic turns things around, and I hope it makes good money, and I hope it gets a sequel because I really want to continue with this character. I love Jim Carrey, I love Ben Schwartz. It was just a fun ride. So overall, I'd give the film maybe a 7.5, an 8 out of 10. I definitely recommend it if you have small kids, or if you're a Sonic fan, then definitely go and see it. If you just want to watch something and have fun, I think some of the other movies, that theaters are showing right now, are old, just kind of meh. This is, I think, something that everybody can kind of get behind and enjoy. So that is my review of Sonic the Hedgehog. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think? What do you think of the redesign of Sonic? I think, again, it's very successful, and I commend Paramount and the filmmakers for doing that. They didn't have to do it, but they did, and I think they're going to be rewarded for it. So, tell me what you think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye!